Hey! I don't have a tripod. Right now I'm literally using like a container and CDs in my iPhone to keep this camera still. Not really a great idea. Don't do what I do. My tripod was down here somewhere and I can't fucking find it. So, hi. Yes, I wanted to talk about the Oscars. My cat's coming over here. If you don't know, if you don't watch the Oscars because you don't give a shit about it, a lot of people were talking about boycotting it this year. I disagree with that somewhat. I don't really get what boycotting the Oscars is going to do. My point is, Jaden Smith, I think, was the one that put it out, and I think the guy who played Martin Luther King Jr. in Selma also put something on Instagram announcing that he's going to boycott the Oscars because there is a lack of color in the nominations this year, and I think last year they also mentioned that basically every year there's a lack of color nominees. So all that aside, I think that for the sake of Leonardo DiCaprio this year, everyone should have watched the Oscars. At least everyone that is an actor and has played in a movie and had a role in a movie or in a TV show, because he's like one of the greatest actors I have ever witnessed. In every single movie that he's been in, he has been spot on, and he deserved that Oscar. But I think the reason why she was boycotting it, I think, is because of Concussion. I did not see Concussion, and this is just going to be basically the reviews of what I have seen and what was up for an Oscar that really deserved it in Hollywood, and how it's not the Oscars' fault. It's Hollywood. It's Hollywood's fault for the lack of color. I did not see Concussion, so if you are watching this and you have seen Concussion, comment down below and tell me what you thought of it. If it was a good movie, how many stars you would rate it out of 5, what it was about. I know that it was about football, and he was a doctor, and he was trying to tell the NFL that they can't not tell their players. Something like that. Okay, I need to look up what was up for Best Picture. Bridge of Spies. That, I recommend this movie. I would give it a 4 out of 5. It did not please me all the way. I'm very picky about movies. It was a very, very good movie. It was about the Cold War and Russian spies and American spies, and they did a swap, and it was very good. Mad Max Fury Road was literally the worst movie I have ever seen in my life, and I'm not kidding. It was the worst movie. Someone would have to pay me to watch that movie again. It was a waste of $5 or whatever I spent to rent that movie straight out of Compton in Concussion. I guarantee you was way better than Mad Max, and I don't know how many Oscars it actually won, but it didn't deserve any of them. I think it won costume design and cinematography, if I am correct. And no, The Revenant should have won cinematography hands down. Hands down, The Revenant definitely deserved cinematography. If you have watched The Revenant, you will agree with me, because the scenes and the cinematography in that and the landscape in that was amazing. It was out of this world, and they definitely deserve cinematography. Mad Max was like a negative 10 out of 5. It was fucking awful. But I don't even understand how. I can make a whole separate video about Mad Max and what the fuck was awful about it. I'm not gonna go into it, but yeah, negative 10 out of 5. The Revenant was hands down the best movie I've ever seen. Not I've ever seen. The best movie I've seen this year, and last year, probably in the last couple of years. It's the best movie I've seen. Definitely the best role that Leonardo DiCaprio has played. It was a very moving. If you don't know what The Revenant is about, it definitely takes place in the early ages of the making of the United States of America. And the you know, wars going on between the Native Americans and the immigrants that have just sailed over, and how the immigrants are trying to make money off the Native Americans' land, and they don't like it. And yeah, it's very moving. I loved it. 5 out of 5 for The Revenant. I definitely watch it again. Beware, because the word I used for this movie is realistic. It is very, very realistic and detailed. So for the girls, beware. But it's a man's movie. Like it's a man's movie. Spotlight was very good. Didn't like the ending, but I guess I can't really expect much from Spotlight because, you know, in real life they write the article and then that's it. So I guess I can't complain there. But I give it a 4 out of 5. The Martian was very good. I give it a 5 out of 5. Recommend both of them. I watched The Big Short just a couple days ago, and I didn't even know Brad Pitt was in this movie because it, like, from what I have seen from Brad Pitt and the roles he has played and what I have seen, I had no idea that it was Brad Pitt because it looked nothing like him to me. But The Big Short is about the it's basically about mortgage bonds and how it's very fraudulent, and they're trying to make money off of this. A team of people, actually three teams of people are trying to make money off of this. Very good. 4 out of 5 for The Big Short. Room did not see. Brooklyn was absolute shit, and this is where I am upset with the Oscars, because Brooklyn, in my opinion, I don't know if anyone has seen Brooklyn. It's about the Irish immigrant and how she, you know, comes over to America and meets this boy, Italian boy, and her sister dies, and she goes back to Ireland for a little bit after her and this Italian boy get married, and she meets another guy, and she has to choose between basically an Irish life and an American life. And no offense to anybody who actually likes Brooklyn. It's a romance movie. I'm usually not into romances anyways, but the character development was awful. It was terrible. I couldn't get attached to this girl. And this is where the line is kind of like blurry, because Straight Outta Compton was 10 times better than Brooklyn, and it should have been nominated for an Oscar, and it wasn't. And yeah, as you can see, as I can see right here, they are all white cast movies. I mean, obviously, I don't know how Concussion was because I didn't watch it. I did want to see it. I did want to see Joy also, but it wasn't nominated, which is surprising because she won a Golden Globe for it, and usually if you're nominated or you win a Golden Globe, there's a chance that you're going to be nominated for an Oscar also, but the movie was not nominated. So, okay, with that being said, with those movies being said, Straight Outta Compton, Concussion probably should have been on the ballot. It should have been nominated, both of those movies. In my opinion, compared to Mad Max and Brooklyn, they should have been replaced with Straight Outta Compton, Concussion. That's my opinion. Yeah, okay, so Selma. I don't know what movies for 2015 or 2014, depending on when they would have been nominated, because it came out in 2014, so yeah, it would have been 2015 then. But I saw Selma. It was an amazing movie. Amazing movie. And yeah, I believe, depending on the movies that were up for Best Picture in 2015. Okay, so American Sniper for Best Picture. Birdman, did not see Birdman, did not see Boyhood. Did not see The Grand Budapest Hotel. I did see The Imitation Game. Oh, okay, Selma was in Best Picture nominated, so that's good. Theory of Everything, I really didn't see any of those movies in 2015 besides American Sniper and The Imitation Game. The Imitation Game was phenomenal. It was amazing. I really did like that movie. And American Sniper was... the ending ruined it for me. It was, I don't know why they didn't just act out the scene for the ending. I don't want to spoil anyone's movie. I don't know if you guys, I'll put a spoiler alert. Okay, so here's my point. There have been black nominees. There have been Best Picture nominees and winners with color people in it. There has been. Is there a balance? No, it's not equal. I'll admit it's not equal. But in Hollywood, it's not equal. Filmmakers, producers, directors, casting directors, casting producers, those things, they don't hire people. They don't make movies with black people in them. And that's the problem, is that they don't get white privilege. I am white. We are all, as white people, we are privileged. It has always been that way, but we are changing. And the thing is that writers who write the script, who write the story, need to write the stories with black people in them. We need more stories with black people in them in order for them to get the credit that they deserve. Because Denzel Washington is one of my favorite actors. Will Smith is one of my favorite actors. Morgan Freeman is one of my favorite actors. And I don't think any of them have gotten Oscars. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Morgan Freeman might have. Yeah, $1 Million Baby. Okay, so he only got one Oscar, according to this website. Denzel Washington won 2, Morgan Freeman won 1, and I think Will Smith hasn't won any yet, but he should have. Honestly, he should have for Pursuit of Happiness. Also, 7 Pounds, because those movies will make you bawl your eyes out. Like, he did an amazing job with those movies. But here's the thing. Will Smith likes to cry no Oscar, right? He's like, oh my god, I didn't win an Oscar, and his daughter goes on Instagram, posts this huge thing about boycotting the Oscars and all that. But Leonardo DiCaprio, time and time again, has done phenomenal, amazing, breathtaking jobs in his movies, all of his movies, all the movies that he has been in, and he did not win an Oscar for any of them. Titanic, he should have won an Oscar. Wolf of Wall Street, he should have won an Oscar. Catch Me If You Can, should have won an Oscar. Or at least been nominated. And The Revenant, he was asking for an Oscar. If you watch that movie, damn. If he didn't win an Oscar that year, there would have been something wrong. There would have been riots, because he deserved it. He deserved it in every one of his movies. So my point is, for someone that hasn't won an Oscar and deserved to win an Oscar in every single movie that he's been in, and for you to go, wow, a black person didn't win this year, and there's no nominees, are you kidding me right now? I don't see Leonardo being bitchy about it, but I do agree that there's not enough diversity. I will agree with that. But like I said, it's not the Oscars' fault. They haven't put out, these big producers, these big directors have not put out any movies. Not enough movies. Not enough stories. Not enough dialogue. Not enough scripts that include black people in them. And I will say that Straight Outta Compton, I saw it. I saw it in the movie theaters. That's how much I wanted to see this movie. Was good enough to be nominated this year, and they weren't. So, like Chris Rock was saying, if you actually watched it, he was saying the same thing I'm saying, which is Hollywood has been racist for forever. And it would be nice to make progress, because it would be nice to see different things, because I see movies that I can relate to, usually, besides, like, superhero movies and all that junk. Like, people want to see movies that they can relate to. I think Creed, someone said that Creed was really good too. I didn't see Creed. I don't like the actors in it, which is, you're like, come on dude, that's kind of stupid to not see a movie because of the actors, but I don't like the actors in it, so I didn't see it. But if you did like it, comment below. If you did see it and you liked it, comment below and tell me what you thought of it. I think Chris Rock said that Jamie Foxx, though, is like his favorite actor. Are you fucking kidding me? Jamie Foxx? Why would you pick Jamie Foxx when you have Denzel and Will? Does anyone get my point? I don't know if I made this point clear enough. So leave what you think down below and maybe we can have a discussion in the comments. I want to hear your opinions. I want to hear if you want me to talk about something else. I'm here. So say whatever you want. Bye.